Open.
Hey everyone, Dr. Corey here, and crew. He's been helping. So yeah, we got a new device, and now he's liking to play with it, right, buddy?
Yeah.
As you can see, he did some coloring. But no, we're gonna talk through today, guys. If people are to yo-yo, there's usually a common denominator there that causes that. Okay, so people, when they first come into practice or into the clinic and with consultation or anything like that, there's a pain point there. All right, meaning they have an event coming up, they know they're going to be in front of a group for a wedding, they are, they're newly single, they're trying to find a mate, they just don't feel well. I mean, there's a lot of that stuff that happens. Okay, so there's that pain point. And that pain point, a lot of times, when we discuss and we talk through, like, what's your why, right? Like, what's the biggest why that's driving you? Me example right now. Why am I not missing a workout this year for 365 days? And my pain point is I've seen enough older people that aren't able to keep up with grandkids and do all that stuff, and they're pained, and I don't want to become that. All right, so that's my pain point. It's in the future, so that's what fuels me on a day-to-day in order to make sure I'm not that when I get older. So talking through that, you have to have that pain point, all right, or that why. And what happens in a lot of people's journey is, they get started and they get to their quote-unquote lifestyle. They get to maintenance. They start looking great, or the wedding comes, or spring break comes, and they go out there and they've reached it. They've hit their goal, okay? The biggest mistake people make right there, okay, it happens right there, is they don't have the next goal, okay? So think about that. So they're single, they get their six-pack, they feel great, they're healthy, they find a mate, okay, so they accomplished a goal. Now that they have the next step. So a lot of times that starts to become, hey, let's go out to eat. Hey, this is fun. Oh my gosh, we can eat. And they don't have the next goal, so they slowly go back downhill, okay? And if you don't have a next goal, that becomes a goal, okay? So you not having the next step, whether it's you just got a relationship, or the wedding's over, or vacation's done, and you don't have the next step, you naturally get a next step, okay? And guess what that next step is? It's called put on 30 pounds, right? Because that's what society is really geared us. That's why 40% of Americans are obese and overweight, is because if you don't have a goal, your goal then by default is to put on 30 pounds, and it will happen. So you have to be disciplined to get that next step. You meet a mate and everything's happy, or you go through the wedding, everything's good, then the next step should be, hey, I want to be healthy for my mate. Or I love how I'm feeling. I'm going to maintain this, okay? And I want to make sure I play by the rules, and I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to get on that scale every probably 2 weeks to check in with myself. And you're establishing that next step, that next focus, all right? And that needs to have a daily focus of why you're meal prepping, why you're getting your activity in. So learn from this. Please have a next step. Ask yourself, wherever you're at in your journey, what am I focusing on? Okay, that'll give you the answer. If the answer is like, no, I'm not focusing on much, then by default, you're focusing on putting on 30, okay, over time. So check yourself, get back on track, get that goal, and stay focused, all right? Have a good day and be great.